Hello, my name is Lauren Mora, and in this video I will be answering questions number 3 and 4 of my creative critical reflection. How did your production skills develop throughout this project? I can't deny the fact that at the beginning of this project I had very little experience when it came to editing and taking photos, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, as I got to learn new editing techniques and how to blog. The first ability I developed would have to be researching. I learned that the color scheme and type of fonts in a magazine are very important and is a way to further connect with the target audience. I also conducted countless of research based on my sample magazines, such as genre conventions, house styles, cover lines, effective language, color scheme, etc., which turned out to be an essential part of this process as it helped me design my own magazine. Furthermore, my skills in photography were pretty basic, nothing professional. Throughout the course of this class, I learned how to take pictures in certain shots and angles in order to portray meaning and emotion. As for the whole blogging aspect, I was taken by surprise, as I had never blogged before. I was able to customize and design the theme of my blog, which I absolutely loved as it conveys the theme of my magazine as well as match the aesthetic of my magazine. Using Blogger was a great way to document the whole process of designing my magazine, from posting failed attempts to magical and amazing outcomes. However, I had to learn how to format and embed certain documents and shrink files, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to upload them. For example, this PowerPoint I created was too big of a file, so I took screenshots of it and was able to post it on my blog. I also learned how to use new programs like Prezi and Pictochart to display information in a creative way. As for editing skills, I love to edit pictures, but not to the extent of making it look professional and display it on a magazine. Prior to this project, I utilized apps like Ccr, Visco, Facetune, etc., which I decided to use when editing the images for my magazine, since I felt rather comfortable with these apps. Editing was definitely the most time-consuming skill I developed, as it took hours to pick and choose the right amount of highlight, clarity, saturation, sharpness, etc. While designing my magazine, my skills in photoshopping improved as I began to use Canva to put my magazine together and add the text. Through trial and error, I learned how to use Canva and eventually got comfortable with the program. Likewise, there has been a significant improvement in my time management skills. Due to the lack of access to Blogger in school, I had to manage my time wisely at home. I had to make sure I completed my blogs before I went into work. I also became more responsible as I contacted my friends to see if they wanted to be part of my magazine and made a plan on my Blogger for a photo shoot, which was unfortunately postponed due to rainy weather conditions. I learned how to work as a team and work around my schedule in order to make this photo shoot a success. Because of this project, I gained a lot more experience with taking pictures, how to blog, and design a magazine, but I understand that these skills can be improved in the future. And the last question I am going to be discussing is how did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in this project? There are various ways in which I integrated technology. To start off, I used my iPhone 11 Pro Max to take the photos for my magazine. Since I was also in my magazine, I had to learn how to use the self-timer to position my models and myself for this picture. With such high quality camera on my phone, I didn't feel the need to use a professional camera. However, I did use my Mac at home and the school tablet at school to edit my blogs and to design my magazine. Screenshots and screen recording played quite the role when planning for my magazine, as I sent pictures of outfits and aesthetics I wanted for my magazine to my models prior to the photo shoots, and was able to show videos of how I edit the images on my blogs. Now, for online use in the project, Google was my right hand throughout this journey. I knew that if I had to conduct further research for my magazine, I could do so by simply searching it up. YouTube was a great source for inspiration. I didn't really use YouTube to post any videos other than, of course, my CCR. PowerPoint was a huge part in this whole project as it was used to present a variety of information in class and on Blogger. Other great programs I used to present my information in a creative manner were PictoChart and Prezi, which were new to me but were fairly easy to use. I also used this app called Ccr, where I made cute collages to display my photo shoot pictures in my blog. And we can't forget about Blogger. Here's where all the magic happened. This was a mean of documentation from research of sample magazines to unfortunate setbacks to beautiful final products. But Blogger was not all fun and games. Although I enjoyed blogging my journey, I came across some difficulties with how to format and post my information on my blog, which were of course all fixed. I also used this app called Lightroom to shorten the videos that otherwise wouldn't have been able to post on my blogs due to how large it was. As for editing, I used Facetune to smooth the model's faces and diminish any blemishes, Visco to create filters and enhance the color and sharpness of the images, and Canva to put together the magazine and insert the text. It has all come to an end. This is all for my CCR. Throughout this journey, I have learned a lot and was able to overcome many difficulties. I am happy to say that throughout this project, I improved my production and technology skills.